A lot has happened over the weekend. I was away for my birthday. Sorry, I'm just in my workout clothes, but ignore that. I was away for the weekend, and holy did Riftbound have some crazy updates. It's Monday. We're going to get 3 videos in today, or try to, but we're going to try and get it in. Let's just start off by this first one, talking about today's reveals, and then some of the card gallery that's already been revealed to us, all right? Alright, so we're going to be watching a release video from Skill Check. They are going to be kind of going over, they were one of the channels selected for showing some of the Spiritforged cards. So we're going to go over and just watch the video. I'm going to stop it, maybe comment on a couple things, and we'll start talking about it.
Hello, we're Skill Check. I'm Drew.
And I'm Ryan.
And we
Hi, Drew and Ryan.
have been very, very graciously chosen by the ever so eloquent, ever so beauteous, ever so lustful Riot Games to reveal some new cards for the
you know what? Some of the things are thirsty. I guess
Spiritforged.
Thank you very much to our friends at Riot. We are so gracious for this opportunity. I'm just going to jump right into cards and start telling you what to do.
Yeah.
So we've got a blue gear coming called World Atlas. It costs 3 with no power, which is kind of cool.
But it's not just a gear.
Ah, what else does it do?
It is an equipment.
I know.
Yes, it's an equipment
concept to hold my jank together.
I mean, it's very classic of card games to have equipable gear, but in Riftbound, this is a totally new.
I think a really cool thing about equipment is you can really utilize equipment to kind of change the flow of battle, and I think it's really cool, especially like certain like abilities that can just put equipment on right away. It's pretty cool. Also, this is a pretty good ability. It's getting the gold gear, because I feel like gold gear and sacking it might be a big play in some of the decks. So I think it's really interesting to see that as an extra reward along with the 2 power
thing. Go ahead and tell us what
right. So you pay the 3, right, and then you equip. Now, equip has a cost here. It looks like a blue, which is cool. I mean, you've got to pitch to get something. It gives 2 might, which is like a pretty hefty thing to do to just pass around the battlefield. But when I hold, play 2 gold gear tokens exhausted. Can you explain what we do here?
So the idea is that when you have a unit that's staying at a battlefield over a turn cycle, you will get gold tokens. They're gear that, kind of like treasures in Magic, you can tap and sacrifice, but they pay for power costs. So things like your seals, you can pay for on the cheap. Or if you don't have seals at home, you can just put gold generation into your deck, and then you're basically doing the same thing.
And to be honest, a lot of decks don't really want to play the seals because it costs you a card, you play it, you can get your power, but this one does something right away, and I think that's really cool for holding together more like fringe strategies. I think this will open up some cool concepts.
I like the idea that if you put this onto a little guy, there's a decision point there of like, do I spend the resources attacking a 3 might that is usually a 1/1, or do I go after whatever bigger unit is on the battlefield? I think it's super interesting.
I think you kind of got it, because 2 gold per hold is like, that's a pretty significant deal.
Yeah.
All right, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes. They're also releasing another gear. We're revealing
the gear. They're the gear guys.
I was trying to make it work.
I love gear so much. This is a gear in the order domain, and it's 2 energy, and it's called the Altar of Memories. And it says, when a friendly unit dies, you may exhaust me to draw 1, then put a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your main deck. So sort of some...
Hold on. This is sick. So for order, for yellow, we don't have much draw. When a friendly unit dies, you can just exhaust this gear to draw 1. So if you're doing, for Victor, if you're playing Victor deck, so I'm playing a sack Victor deck. If I'm playing a sack Victor deck, that is like, oh, I don't care, it dies. Sure, tap, draw 1. I'm getting so much value. That is sick. I think that'll really enable the draw in yellow.
But...
And you get to put a card from your hand on top or bottom of your main deck, so you can cycle. It's basically, you can cycle. So if you have cards in your hand that you're useless, or you're drawing and they're useless, or you draw a card and then you're like, oh, I want this on the top of my deck instead. You can kind of like go through your deck. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a really cool ability.
Recently, you've been cooking with a particular.
Sorry, I'm a Victor
card.
Victor
you know
purist. So order
No,
is
I
kind of my
don't.
It's a
vibe.
very high costed thing.
Oh, is it Aurora?
It is. And what does Aurora
Dazzling
do?
Aurora. It just lets you rip stuff from the top of your deck and
Which,
slam it.
with this card,
Pretty good.
you can put straight from your hand back on top of the deck, baby.
Yes, set Dazzling Aurora with this starts looking a lot better if you have units dying.
And, dare I say, Garen in orange.
That's extremely fair. Garen and Orange is very true.
So, no, I mean, I think this is cool. It sets up some kind of combos. I can't wait to see what this gets done down the line. But like you said, filter your deck.
It also fits super well in just any order
Yeah, pretty
strategy
much
that is
anything.
sacrificing guys. You know, if you're running like Hidden Blade or any amount of unit creation, this goes in so easily and it helps you
It's
select
going right
your
into my
card
Victor
pool.
deck.
I think even
when
if
I
you're
get
playing
it.
casual
Yeah.
table TCGs, right, and you don't have a perfect collection and you're just playing yellow, this card's fine. You lose guys all the time. You want to try and win and take battlefields, and I think just drawing and discarding or drawing to put to the bottom is great.
Two very, I would say, control value oriented
Yeah, I
cards.
They nailed
Perfect
it.
for the
They
two of
nailed-
us
they
to
nailed it. They
reveal.
nailed it. It's definitely true.
Hey, we are going to be playing lots and lots and lots of Riftbound on this channel. So if you want to stick around and watch us play these cards that we just revealed and maybe catch us revealing more cards in the future if we are ever so lucky. Wow, this is the first time that we've ever done something like this.
Yeah, I know,
It's
it's kinda cool.
Subscribe because we're going to be playing lots.
And again, check out their video. I'll have it in the description. So let's talk a little bit about that for just a second. So we already saw those two cards. Now let's take a look at a few other things from a few other creators. I'm not going to show you all the videos because I didn't want to waste all your time. So from Riftbound Polska, we have Veteran Poro, which has Weapon Master, and when you play him, you may equip one of your equipment to me for one recycle less, even if it's already attached. So again, good 2/2, very good, low cost, common. We're going to be seeing. Besides that, there's another card in here. Let me just find it. It is over here. We have Doran's Blade. So equip, attaches to a unit you control. It literally just gives you 2 power for 2. It's pretty good. So again, Weapons Master is going to be really good. I think that's something to watch out for decks in the future. I think equipment is such a cool mechanic. It's going to add a lot of value to the game. So we'll see how it works with that. Let us move to the next reveal. And this is another quick little review from Goodil 1_1ER. I don't really know this streamer, but I think he is a streamer from France. Anyways, he does a little bit of the reveals of the information that he had. So he has a little bit of the product line in terms of the Nexus Knight runes. So like you get to see these sick Ionian runes, the flowers. I can't wait to see what they look like in foil. Then you have this over here, which I'll just play real quick if it loads. Which has the full map. So we have Spiritforged coming in 2026, then Unleashed, then Vendetta. I believe Vendetta is the small set that's going to link us to the Chinese, like for us to have the Chinese release, so it's going to be all together. And then there's Radiance that comes after that, which we don't really know what's happening with Radiance. But I think there's probably some good guesses that come out here. Next, he goes over the upcoming events calendar. So we have that there, and then he also goes over some of the product information for some of the future products coming. I'll show you that in a moment. But just to real quick, for some reason the Teamfight Tactics Paris Open in December is on the list, so I'm assuming we're probably going to get some Riftbound information there. I mean, it is going to be around the release of the Chinese game itself, so that will be something. And we have the Houston Regional Qualifier that's happening in December. But this will be the event calendar for the upcoming until I believe May of next year. Next, he goes over some of the product sleeves. So you'll see over here he has the Unleashed booster pack. So what Unleashed is going to look like. It looks like we're getting a Vi deck and a... oh my god. Holy, that actually looks so sick. The Vex deck. I actually didn't even see this until right now. Oh my god. So we're going to get some cool things. And it also reveals some of the colors that we have here. So we have Vex in purple and green. This is what the Unleashed pack's going to look like. I love that they already have the concepts for this and what everything's going to look like. And having Vi like this, oh man, that's exciting. That is really exciting stuff. God. I can't wait. Let's get to the reveals because he goes over some of the card reveals here. So we'll get back to regular scheduling programming in just a second.
Bienvenue au monde à pouvoir reveal des cartes.
Okay, let's take a look.
Et attends, on va mettre Master Duel.
He just needs to change the music to something that's more applicable.
T'inquiète.
Here we go.
Choisis deux unités.
Divergent Path. Select one equipped friendly unit and deal damage to your enemy equal to its current might, then remove the equipment attached to it. That's sick. Great removal in orange. Great ability to kind of just bully on a field with a big creature. I think it's going to be very good. Condense. Choose 2 units on the same battlefield. Swap its might this turn. Another really cool ability in purple. I love the art. The art looks so wacky, so crazy for it. I love it. What can I say other than I love it? If he goes through a few more reveals from what he has from China, he has Pup. When you're defending the battlefield, you can move this unit to that battlefield. Really cool ability in purple. I think purple is getting, even though it's already pretty strong, it's getting a little more of a buff in terms of some of the reactivity of it. When you play this card, you can choose one unit on the battlefield with 3 might or less, return to an owner's hand. So that's Windsinger. That's 2 for 1. And the fact that you can just bounce a card can give you some flexibility and abilities going forward. Then we have Boots of Swiftness, which gives a card ganking, which is great. It looks like 3, and then you recycle 1 for ganking. And then this one we have Last Rites. Equip 2 cards from your trash. When I conquer or hold a battlefield... Oh, recycle 2 cards from your trash. Oh, nice. When I conquer or hold a battlefield, you may choose to play a unit from your trash. You still need to pay its cost. That's really sick. I love the grave manipulation idea. I love that. That's fantastic. And the fact that its equip cost is recycling cards from your trash, it means that you can do some shenanigans. So like this, look, a blue-purple deck with Dr. Mundo and some like, you know, manipulation in the grave, I think would be really cool. I would love to see a deck like that come out. Not just for fun, but in general. We have, oh my goodness gracious, look at the Draven alt art. What the hell? We have Draven, high risk, high reward. Deflect 1. Once per turn when I win at combat, you score 1 point. When I'm killed in combat, choose an opponent that clear scores what? That's crazy. That's a sick ability. And in purple, again. So, oh, I love this. This is great. This is great. Really like on that chaos front. And also this like jade skin is so sick. Very sick. Let's see some of the other reveals that he has on his stream real quick. We have Fiora. When a unit you control becomes mighty, you may recycle an order ruin to ready it. Really cool in yellow. This is an interesting skin we got here. I really like it. Now it looks like he's just going through the website. So we're going to do that in a second. So let's move on to the next person in the meanwhile, shall we? Then we have from Bobby Christine this release. So this is an interesting one. It's just, I believe, a couple cards here. Oh, that's just them. Pardon me. It's Jawfish. Accelerate. You may pay 1 as an additional cost to have me enter ready. I cost 2 less for each of your mighty units. And a unit is mighty while it has 5+. So it's a big guy. When you have other big guys, you get to pay less for this big guy. That's crazy. And you can have it enter ready. So it has like a Twin Tail Watcher kind of vibe to it. And then she has these alt arts here from Origins, which is awesome. Awesome. We have Mauled Hound, and he's coming in with a Yone Blade Master. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yone looking better than ever. So he has Weapon Master. So when you play him, you may equip one of your equipment from me for 1 less, even if it's already attached. And when he conquers an open battlefield, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit in a base. So he's an orange. He's a big guy. He's just coming to wipe the floor. Wipe the floor, absolutely. Let's take a look to see if he has any other reveals in his video. I did see that, but let's take a look. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like he is going to be pretty great as a great opener once you've emptied a battlefield, and you can just go right into an open battlefield and boom, deal damage. It's sick. Yone's looking sick. The art looks sick. I would love to see if there's any alt arts that might exist of this. So, woohoo! Let's move again. On to the next one. So coming on in from Attack on Cardboard, we have 2 cards. One is coming in. It is the Honest Broker from Ionia. As Death Knell, play a gold gear token exhausted. When I die, get the effect. That's what Death Knell does. It's a 2/2 for 2, or a 2 for 2, and it has play a gold token on death. And the other card that he has is Treasure Hunter. When I move, play a gold gear token exhausted, which interesting. I do like the idea of having a card that can get that ganking, I guess, and move to battlefield, and maybe you can be able to get a little gold that way. Interesting 2-drop, and it's a 2 for 1, so I think it gives a lot of options for you here. But yeah, so that's awesome. Besides that, I believe, does he also preview? Yes, he previews Doran's Ring and Doran's Blade, which we'll talk about. So these have already been kind of released, I believe, on the set, but we'll get to the next one real quick so I don't waste too much of your time. So we got one more coming in after this, but real quick, we're going to go to Games Radar for their Dauntless Vanguard reveal. So I'm just going to have to open this image in a new tab because it's way too small. But you may play me to an occupied enemy battlefield. He is a 4 recycle for 4, and that's just a great ability. Just playing him to an occupied enemy battlefield, drop him in, parachute in, like you're coming out of the Fortnite battle bus, man. I'm telling you, that's some good stuff. There's some great things coming in to Orange. I think Orange is going to be a powerhouse. I truly believe it's going to be a powerhouse. But yeah, so there's that. Let's move on to the last one. Finally, we have Travis Gafford, who is revealing his card, which is the BF Sword, which is a 4 mana. The text says it certainly is big. And you attach it to a unit you control, they get +3. So it's pretty good. I think it's not the best one, but I think with Weapon Master, I'm still looking at Azir. Weapon Master is going to be pretty good. I think having Weapon Master on your tokens is going to be good, and I'm excited to see what happens with that going forward. But that's that for the reveals. Today. So real quick, let's hop back to the card gallery and let's just talk about what we have here so far. So they've updated a couple things. We've already talked about Doran's Shield, Longsword, Gold. We have an alt art for Aurelia that was released. Or not even alt art. This is her champion unit. It looks so good. And then here's the alt art. We have an alt art for Aurelia released. So there's some great art coming. We have Here to Help, which it looks like you can hide now, play later. You may play a unit from your hand to the battlefield you control, reducing its cost by 3. That's sick. That is really cool. So you can actually now play a card as a reaction, kind of like Flash from Magic the Gathering. We have the Blade of the Ruined King, which you've already seen. We have Aurelia Graceful. Spells that you choose me cost 1 or 1 recycle less, which is really cool. And spells that choose me cost 1 or 1 recycle left. Aurelia, really, really good. We have Rumble. So we have your mechs have shield +1 while they're defenders. Have shield, so they get +1 while they're defending, which means they're going to see some mech like tribal, maybe Rumble mech tribal, who knows. We've already seen these. We do have a few new cards. So we have Ornn revealed, we have Void Burrower revealed, so sick. We have Rek'Sai, so we're gonna see him. We have Ornn, which, I mean, okay, seeing green and blue with a, use only to play a gear abilities means that we're going to be seeing a lot of gear gameplay coming through. We have Aurelia Blade Dancer, as we already saw. We have Aurelia, her actual character, but now here's the Blade Dancer. And then Defiant Dance, which give +2 to this turn to another unit, and -2 this turn to another unit. So that's really sick. I'm getting on to the really exciting part. Some of the really exciting parts here. So, but besides Severe or Fiora, which you've already seen, we have some sick overnumbered arts. So first we have Aurelia Fervent. Holy, that looks so sick. It looks so good. Also, notice it's an overnumber that is an actual champion unit. It's not just one of the legends. It's a champion unit, which means that we're officially, with this set, getting over numbers. And I said they think they're going to get 40 of them. We're going to get over numbers that are going to be a little bit different. So they're actually going to be, I guess, like real playable cosmetics. So if you want a certain skin of Aurelia, I think in the future you could expect that maybe you're going to get an overnumbered different skin or alt art or something really sick that you might be able to throw in your deck. I don't know if they're going to change the hit rates for overnumbered, so keep that in mind. The current hit rates are 1 to 2 per box, not case, or not per case, not box, but case. So keep that in mind. I don't know what this will do in terms of people getting these cards, how the trading market will go. That's a video for Market Mondays, which you'll also be getting today. But yeah, so we have Ari as well, which is getting a sick, and by the way, with the signature, which is a heart, I love it so much. And it's like she's holding it. I love it. This Ari Inquisitive is so sick. Ari is getting a lot of love, and I feel like this is going to be like one of the highlight overnumbers. Besides that, we're getting overnumbered gears. So we're getting overnumbered seals. Seal of Discord. And I believe they revealed the one that looked like a Seal of Calm. So, I mean, stay tuned to see if I can find that. But then we have Rumble is getting an alt art. It's in like that kind of like punk style, kind of like arcane punk style that they had for Jinx. It's really kind of cool the way that they have the art showing. We have another one for Ornn. And then we have another one for Aurelia Blade Dancer. So looks like this set's going to be really heavy with the Aurelia overnumbers. We're going to get some Ari. We're going to get some great things. I'm really excited for all of this. Tell me in the comments what you think below. If you want to talk more about Riftbound and have more questions about it and are excited like me for Spiritforged, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. We'll be doing this as long as Riftbound exists. So thank you very much for tuning into The Forge. I'll let you guys get back to your day or watch the second or third video that I have posted today. So anyways, have a good Monday.